all of you to the Super Memory in School program. My name is Hang from Tambing Secondary School. Today, I'm glad to present to you the first lesson of Grade 7 geometry subject called Two Vertical Angles. In this lesson, you should keep in mind two main contents below. Firstly, the definition of vertical angles. Vertical angles are two angles that each edge of one is the opposite ray of one edge of the other. For example, in this figure, we will have some couple of vertical angles. Angle O1 and angle O3, angle O2 and angle O4 are vertically opposite. The second information that you should bear in mind is the property of vertical angles. Two vertical angles are equal. For example, in this figure, we have angles O1 and O3. O2 and O4 are equal. Now, we will learn each part of the lesson together. Part 1. What does it mean, two vertical angles? Please have a look at the picture on screen and give me your commentary. The correlation between top and edge of angle O1 and O3, angle O2 and O4. By observing this picture, it is visible that the four angles O1, O2, O3 and O4 have the same top O. Secondly, ray OY dash is the opposite ray of OX dash respectively. For this reason, we have the angle O1 and O3. O2 and O4 are vertically opposite. So, what are vertical angles? The delineation is, vertical angles are two angles that each edge of one is the opposite ray of one edge of the other. There are two ways to make vertical angles regardless of measurement. The first one, draw two lines that meet or cross at one point. The second way, draw an angle, except a straight angle, and then draw the opposite ray of two edges. We use this method when we need to make vertical angles with exact measurement. In the following part of this lesson, we will practice with this exercise. In this given picture, whether these couple of angles are vertically opposite or not. Why? Please look at three given pictures on screen. In picture number 1, we have two vertical angles because each edge of one is the opposite ray of one edge of the other. To simplify, when two lines intersect at a point, we'll create vertical angles. To conclude, picture number 1 satisfies the requirement of topic, but in picture number 2 and 3, we do not have vertical angles. In picture 2, two lines are not encountering at the same point, and we can see that the edge of one is not the opposite ray of one edge of the other. Similarly, the two given angles in picture 3 do not have the top in common, and there are no vertical angles as a result. Next, we will learn about the property of vertical angles. Two vertical angles are equal. For example, in this figure, we have angle O1 is equal to angle O3. Angle O2 and angle O4 are similar. Now, let's demonstrate this property. I will use angle O2 as an intermediary in order to determine that angle O1 equals angle O3 in measurement, because the angle O2 has a supplemental correlation with both angle O1 and O3. Consequently, the angle O1 plus angle O2 equals 180 degrees because there are two supplementary angles. Likewise, the sum of angle O2 and angle O3 is 180 degrees because there are two supplementary angles. From the two operations above, we can conclude that the sum of angle O1 and O2 is equal to that of the angle O2 and O3. Logically, it is now clear that two vertical angles O1 and O3 are equal. At home, you can demonstrate the remaining vertical angles. Make it clear that angle O2 equals to angle O4, based on the mentioned example. Similarly, coming up next, let's take another descriptive example of the properties that we have learned. We have line XX dash, crossed line YY dash at point O. It is given that the angle XOY is 47 degrees. Requirement: measure the remaining angles. Here is the illustration of the subject. As you can see, angle XOY is 47 degrees, and we can calculate angle X-OY- by using vertical angle properties. Besides, supplementary angle properties will help us to measure angle X-OY and angle XOY-. The calculation is as follows. Angle XOY equals to angle X-OY-. Reason: vertical angles. Angle XOY is 47 degrees as the subject given, then X-OY- is 47 degrees. Next, I can calculate angle YOX- by using the supplemental correlation between XOY and YOX-. We have XOY plus YOX- equals 180 degrees. Reason: supplementary angle. Then I change the number 47 degrees plus angle YOX- by 180 degrees. Then the angle YOX- is 180 minus 47 equals 133 degrees. Finally, I can measure angle XOY- equals 133 degrees because it is vertically opposite the angle YOX-.
We have angle YOX equals angle XOY, reasonable two opposite angles. We measured that angle YOX equals 133 degrees, so angle XOY equals 133 degrees.
In conclusion, all of you have to remember two main information in today's lesson. First, vertical angles are two angles that each edge of one is the opposite ray of one edge of the other. For example, we have angle O1 and angle O3. Angle O2 and angle O4 are vertically opposite. Secondly, you should remember the properties of vertical angles. Two vertical angles are equal. For example, in this figure, we have angles O1 and O3. O2 and O4 are equal. I hope that the knowledge you have learned will help you in doing exercises. The lesson ended here. Thank you for your attention and listening. See you again in the next Super Memory for Schools program.